With YouTube demonetizing independent media, please consider becoming a patron today for just $1 per month. Link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, and I haven't talked about gaming in a while, and it's something I should get back into, obviously. But I'm not gonna lie. I watched the Battlefield 5 reveal today, hoping for something to blow my skirt up, hoping for something to really just come on in and make me feel like, yeah, Battlefield 5 is gonna be the shit. And unfortunately, that didn't really happen. 30 minutes this thing was, and a waste the entire time. I Look, here's the thing. I'm probably gonna end up getting the game anyway because it's Battlefield, and I'm sure there's a lot more to it. But as far as reveals go, this whole thing was pretty bad. It was pretty pathetic across the board. For one, Trevor Noah. Let's talk about Trevor Noah. He's not the person to sell you a video game. His audience, yeah, maybe the 18 to 35, liberal millennial that watches The Daily Show, and I am an avid Daily Show viewer, even though I do feel at this point the opposition is better in terms of humor and satire. But, I like Trevor Noah well enough, but he didn't really sell me on the gamer vibe. And I understand that's going to have to be a big point here. You're going to have to sell me on this particular factor. If you want to bring in a celebrity, at least with like Aisha Tyler with Ubisoft, you can pretty much believe that she's a gamer. Trevor Noah never really brings it up in terms of on the show, and he's never been involved with the gaming culture before that I've been aware of. So I look at him as being more like, okay, they needed somebody big. Let's fly Trevor Noah to London. Let's put him up. Let's give him 30 minutes, watch his sweat his ass off on stage, which is what he was doing the entire time. And that, unfortunately, is what we got. Now, never mind the fact that there was the whole, like, I like playing Call of Duty, or I like to playing Battlefield co-op. And everyone's like, Battlefield doesn't have co-op. And he might be referring to the multiplayer. But the way he phrased it and the way that he presented it came across as being more akin to, like, the single player campaign, which doesn't exist. So you've got that whole thing, and the stage was kind of boring. It was a bland, just general stage. This entire reveal to me, this half-hour event, felt so much like an E3 press conference. And, I've been covering E3 since 2000 when I went for the first time. I've gone to multiple press conferences from multiple different companies. And after all this time, they just kind of feel the same, which is why I'm with gamers on this one now, where I'm like, I don't care about any of this anymore, right? You either show me gameplay or show me nothing. Don't put together this big multi-million-dollar reveal where you fly your host from New York to London, you bring in your dev team, or at least the higher-ups of the dev team, from Stockholm to London, you put it out at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard, middle of the day, when people are, on the West Coast and even all the way to the East Coast are still at work, and all you do is have them talk about a couple elements of the game, what maybe to expect from a bit of the single player, and then one trailer. That was it, just one trailer. That was all they put out there. Was just that one that was a gameplay reveal, so to speak, right? It was just a gameplay reveal, and I immediately saw the problems with it as soon as it started. I have no issue with the woman using a sniper rifle with a hook for a hand. Got no problem with that. But when you see the people and they've got like the blue eyeliner on or the face paint, I was like thinking to myself, is this God of War Battlefield style? I've been playing a lot of God of War, or is this like For Honor Battlefield style? What is going on here? What's with the face paint? And it looked pretty cool. It looked like I thought it was a multiplayer trailer at first. It felt to me like it was a multiplayer trailer because the redhead woman gets shot, she falls down, and I was like, oh no, a woman died on screen first. Anita Sarkeesian's gonna have a goddamn field day with this, and then she randomly just appears and starts killing more people later on, and you're like, what is happening? The trailer was so chaotic, so hectic, so out there, so over the top that by the end of it, I was just kind of like, what the hell did I just watch? Like literally, what in God's name did I just watch? It didn't really feel like anything I wanted to sink my teeth into. It didn't really feel like anything I wanted to dive into. It just was like, oh, the guy, the main character, whoever the character is, gets a heavy machine gun. Someone tosses him ammo. He climbs up a hill, fires off a few rounds, doesn't reload before then reloads all of a sudden, then only fires off a few more rounds at some Nazis before, while jumping to the ground and crawling backwards. That was that new reveal they did. That was the new gameplay maneuver. You can drop to the ground and crawl backwards. Like, gee, thanks. That's not necessarily going to be Viagra for my gaming erection here, but okay, fine. Kills a few more Nazis, and then all of a sudden cars are falling out, jeeps are falling out of the sky, like some air transport crash, but we have no context of that. It was so over the top, so crazy, so overkill. I literally had no idea what the fuck was happening. I literally had no idea what was going on at all. And by the end of it, I kind of sat there numb, right? I just sat there numb going, okay. This is what you got. It's clearly Battlefield, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. Like, I do love the franchise quite a bit. I know this one is going to be as good as the others, absolutely. But just this is what they chose to market it with didn't really seem to work out very well. But now we unfortunately get the whole issue involving the gender dynamic, right? I've seen many posts from people that when they saw the woman and everything else, and when they saw the redhead, they were like, nope, not doing it, not gonna do it. Clearly this is not how I want to see World War II represented, considering this is coming from a series that pushes for historical accuracy. Now, here's the deal with that, though. We don't know who these people are. Is this the French resistance? Because that would feel more in tune with maybe what's going on here. Is this the Russians, where we had female snipers? I don't know yet. They seem to speak English. I didn't hear much of an accent one way or the other, so I don't quite know what's happening. But according to Angry Joe, this was he didn't care for the reveal. DICE apparently did like a 3-hour in-depth breakdown for press and some game influencers that really went into the nitty-gritty into this particular story, into this particular game. And as a result of that, there's a lot more there, a lot more in-depth stuff. And I think that's probably going to end up being where we get the most information surrounding this particular game. And I'm kind of upset that they didn't lead in with that. Now, I know E3 is only a few weeks away, and I know that we're going to probably get more from the EA Live or whatever the hell it is they're going to be doing, showing off the multiplayer and all that stuff. But at the same time, just in terms of getting our beaks wet, just to kind of wet the tip a little bit, it didn't really do too much. It didn't do much for me. It didn't do much for a lot of people. Some of the elements on the gameplay seemed interesting. The different stories, I'm okay with that. A lot of it looks like they're bringing a lot of Battlefield 1, the multiplayer modes back over. But again, it was kind of like light surface level stuff. Didn't really go into a lot of detail. And as a result of that, it just didn't really seem to do as well as I think they wanted it to do, which is ultimately unfortunate. So that being said, I'm curious to know more, but I'm interested to see exactly what goes on with this and who exactly attacks this and what they have to say. But really hold off for more information. EA is clearly pushing to a different demographic in terms of representation. Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, but I can see why people are going to be upset in a game that pushes for accuracy and then showing a woman with a hook for a hand or a pincher for a hand, heavily engaged in fisticuff combat, as well as firing off a sniper rifle and things like that. So that should be interesting. But leave your comments. I'm curious to know your thoughts on this one. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and check back often for more content from me. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. And if you want to see more, and I hope you do, you can do so right now.